Good afternoon, everyone. The regular meeting of the Gary Redevelopment Commission of January 18, 2017 is now called to order. May I have a roll call, please?
Yes, thank you, Madam President. Commissioner Reeves.
Here.
Commissioner Flournoy.
Here.
Commissioner Joyner.
Here.
Commissioner Johnson.
Here.
Commissioner Jones.
Present.
Mrs. Washington.
Present.
All are present.
5 voting members present. We do have a quorum to conduct business today for the Redevelopment Commission. Certification of record of executive session held Wednesday, January 18, 2017. I hereby certify that nothing has been discussed in the executive session held immediately before this open meeting except those items specified and listed in the notice. May I have a motion for the certification of the record, please?
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Are there any questions or comments? Not, roll call, Madam Secretary.
Thank you, Madam President. Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
Commissioner Flournoy.
Yes.
Commissioner Joyner.
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson.
Yes.
Commissioner Jones.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Item number 4, election of commission officers for the year 2017 for president, vice president, and secretary. At this time in the meeting, I'd like to turn this portion of the meeting over to our board attorney. Ms. Allen.
Good afternoon, Nicole Winfrey here, sitting in for Attorney Gilbert King. I'm the Corporation Counsel for the City of Gary. We have the election today. Before we vacate the offices, is there a motion to retain the current officers?
I'd make that motion. Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, I think you all do a roll call. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Roll call.
Thank
Roll
you.
call, please. I'm
Thank you.
sorry.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
Commissioner Flournoy.
Still very good.
Commissioner Flournoy.
Yes.
Commissioner Joyner.
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson.
Absolutely.
Commissioner Jones.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Winfrey. All right, let's move on.
So you still president?
I think this was
Yes.
the last motion said. All right, thank you, Attorney Winfrey. I am now back on item number 5. Acceptance and approval of minutes of regular meeting held December 21st, 2016.
Motion to approve as circulated.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Are there any questions or comments? Not, roll call, Madam Secretary.
Thank you, Madam President. Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
Commissioner Flournoy.
Yes.
Commissioner Joyner.
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson.
Yes.
Commissioner Jones.
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Item number 6, special claims list of January 18, 2017. May we have an overview, please?
Sure. There are no changes to your special claims list dated January 18th, 2017. Out of 823 consolidated area, the total remains $50,000. And out of 826 lakefront, the total is $9,802.50.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Are there any questions or comments? Not, roll call, Madam Secretary.
Thank you, Madam President. Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
Commissioner Flournoy.
Yes.
Commissioner Joyner.
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson.
Yes.
Commissioner Jones.
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Item number 7, public hearing. Public hearing of the City of Gary, Indiana Redevelopment Commission to consider confirming declaratory resolution number 3728 that designated the Northwest Indiana Industrial Complex Economic Development Area, approved and adopted an economic development plan for the Northwest Indiana Industrial Complex Economic Development Area, designated the Northwest Indiana Industrial Complex Economic Development Area as an allocation area for the purposes of utilizing tax increment financing to implement the economic development plan for the Northwest Indiana Industrial Complex Economic Development Area. May we have an overview, please?
Sure. This is the penultimate step in adopting a tax increment financing district at the former Idaho Garden site on 11th and Chase Street. This has originated, the declaratory resolution came to our board. Then we went to the Planning Commission for a written order saying in compliance with the City Planning Commission. That written order then went to the City Council, and our next item will be the final adoption of the declaratory resolution. So this provides the public comment portion prior to that move. And I would defer to Mr. Bowich if there's anything I forgot.
Just let me briefly state that we're all should be aware of the Northwest Industrial Complex area for economic development area purposes. It's a 46-acre site approximately. There is a potential for a developer to build 287,000 square feet of warehouse logistic space for speculation on a phasing basis, with an intent of $16 million of investment, which can translate potentially into about $13 to $14 million of assessed value. So the intent is to incentivize the project so that along the rail spur that will provide for economic development in the city of Gary, in an area of the region, Gary as well as Northwest Indiana, that is lacking in available logistic and warehouse space.
Thank you. At this time, is there anyone who wants to, this is the public hearing portion, is there any time, anyone that wants to say anything?
Madam, I did sign the sign-in sheet to speak.
Mr. Nowacki?
Thank you, Commissioners. My name's Jim Nowacki. I live in the 2nd District, and it seems that we just never learn. We get suckered into these deals time and time and time again. Mr. Bowditch shows up with a smiley face and puts a lot of zeros on a figure and says it's going to be $16 million and we're going to be making millions of dollars in taxes. And time and time and time again, the results are exactly the same. Find an example where it's not like that. Find an example where the city doesn't get stuck with the bill. In this instance, they're pretty upfront about it. They says, we're going to build it, you're going to pay for it. And if it doesn't make any money, you're going to keep paying for it until it does. They're not even, they've even lost the ability to try to fool us. Now they're coming in and telling us the truth, and we're still buying it. They're telling us, we're going to build this, you're going to pay for it, and if it loses money, you're going to keep paying for it until it makes money. And we say, well, this is a great economic development. 46 acres of development. And time and time and time again, it's the same thing, whether it's the baseball stadium, which is one of your projects, and after 15 years of the possibility of economic development, we find that we signed a new lease last meeting, same as the old lease. We lose millions of dollars on the baseball stadium year after year after year. Where was the economic development? Nowhere. The whole purpose is to steal the money on the front end of the deal. And to steal the money at every opportunity we can. And that's been the modus operandi going forward, from the past and going forward. It's how are we going to steal the money? And the only way we can do it, in the Redevelopment Commission, you can't just steal the money outright. You have to make sure that money goes to Mr. Bowditch and Mr. Bowditch's friends. And then we get stuck with the bill. Take a look at the county market. Take a look at any project. Take a look at this building we're in right now. $3 million, and where's the economic development? Where? All we get is the bills. You know, redevelopment has an opportunity. You know, I just found out today, you guys are receiving 3,700 more properties to put into your inventory for you to, whoever knows what you're going to do with it. But the net result is this. The city of Gary is losing 1,700 people every single year for the last 15 years. Before that, we were losing 2,000 people every year. And this redevelopment commission right at the center of it every single time. Because
Mr. Nowacki.
every time the redevelopment does a deal,
Thank you, Mr. Nowacki. Your
it
time
costs
is up.
us money.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Thank you.
tax revenue.
Thank you.
And population.
I'm sure, is there someone else who wants to speak?
Come on, somebody. Pick it up. No.
Have a
You
seat
don't.
there.
Thank you.
You got them bamboozled.
Anyone else who wants to speak at this time? Not, I'd like to have a motion to close the public hearing portion.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Are there any questions or comments?
I have a comment. It's fine that anybody should be able to come here and speak their mind. I believe in freedom of speech. But when you get to the point and you're in a room this size, and people are screaming at you, it seems like that's that's going over the line or something. Because you can be heard right there. Everything you have to say, we can hear it. You don't have to scream, especially when you're talking with grown people. Appreciate that. You bring your voice.
I have a comment. I support Reverend Johnson's statement. There's no need to scream. We're all here. And I personally take umbrage to your reference or your inference that this board is stealing something. We're not stealing anything. And if you were well-versed in economic development, you would know that Amazon has 3 distribution. Oh, you're gonna leave.
It's okay, keep talking.
Go ahead, just say
Keep talking.
You have it has 3 distribution
Take it rolling.
centers in Illinois and are looking to expand distribution in other states around it. So this is a great play, could be a great play for Amazon and other large entities that do online. So the gentleman who spoke is not well versed in economic development.
Anyone else? Ms. Nowacki, I don't know if anyone ever speaks to you regarding job development or the job losses or the reason why they're moving from this city. The one thing that I hear consistently and constantly, there are no jobs. And people go where the jobs are. And it's a tough haul that we have right now. As I've indicated in other meetings before, I've been here since 1992. 50,000 people have left. I've been almost 25 years in August. 50,000 people have left. And it's not just because of the reasons that you are claiming there to be truth. Mr. Nowacki, I didn't interrupt you, so I care for you not to interrupt me. But anyway, so we have a hard task ahead. 50,000 people have left, and they're looking for jobs. They're looking for a nice place to live. They're looking for an environment. And whether you want to be a part of the process or not, I don't really care. But we're going to keep pushing forward, with or without you.
Forward. Oh, God. This is forward. This is forward.
I haven't seen you contribute anything
Throw it in
yet.
reverse. We're going in the wrong direction.
There's a motion on the table.
This is
The
not
public
forward.
hearing portion of the meeting has concluded. May I have a roll call, please?
Thank you, Madam President. Commissioner Reeves,
Yes.
Commissioner Flanoy.
Yes.
Commissioner Joyner,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones.
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Item number 8, resolution number 3764, resolution of the Redevelopment Commission of the City of Gary, Lake County, Indiana, confirming resolution number 3728, that designated the Northwest Indiana Industrial Complex Economic Development Area. 2, approved and adopted the Economic Development Plan for the Northwest Indiana Industrial Complex Economic Development Area. And 3, designated the area as the Northwest Indiana Industrial Complex Allocation Area pursuant to IC 36-7-14-39 in order to utilize tax increment financing to implement the Economic Development Plan for the Northwest Indiana Industrial Complex Economic Development Area. Don't think we need an overview or anything for that. What's the board's pleasure?
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Are there any questions or comments? If not, roll call, Madam Secretary.
Thank you, Madam President. Commissioner Reeves,
Yes.
Commissioner Flanoy.
Yes.
Commissioner Joyner,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones.
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Item number 9, receive and open bids for RFQ number 2017-01 to demolish a structure located at 5700 10 Industrial Highway, Gary, Indiana. Is there anyone present who wants to submit a bid? With there being no response, may I have a motion to close, to receive
So
bids?
moved.
Second.
It's moved and properly second. Are there any questions or comments? If not, roll call, Madam Secretary.
Thank you, Madam President. Commissioner Reeves,
Yes.
Commissioner Flanoy.
Yes.
Commissioner Joyner,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Jones.
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Any bids we received?
6.
May I have a motion to open the bids and receive?
So moved.
Second.
Moving properly second, may I have a roll call, please?
Thank you, Madam President. Commissioner Reeves?
Yes.
Commissioner Flanoy?
Yes.
Commissioner Joyner?
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Mr. Fleur?
The first bid is from DNR. DNR located at 715 West Fifth Avenue, Gary, Indiana. Include removal of paint and bucket for, well, the total bid is $49,000, including removal of paint buckets, $4,000. Total amount, $53,000. Next bid is from Acton Contracting Services, 1102 East Columbia Drive, East Chicago, Indiana. Their bid is $34,215. $34,215. Next bid is from Gary Material Supply, LLC. $21,600. $21,600. Next bid is from C. Lee Construction Services, 1011 South Lake Street, Gary, Indiana. Their bid is $24,350. $24,350. Next bid is from JM Industrial Service Incorporation, 201 Marble Street, Hammond, Indiana. Total amount, $47,200. $47,200. Last bid is from RSR Demolition Incorporation. $34,987. $34,987. That concludes the bid.
Mr. Flanoy, in that first bid you gave, you said it included, was with the debris removal or whatever. The others were not.
What was your question now?
I think in the first bid, which was DNR,
Yeah, DNR.
said it included, and as I look at the sheet, it's with debris or without.
It said including removal of paint buckets, 4,000.
And in the other bid, you did not see a reference to?
No, no.
Okay, thank you.
want me to try to clear that up for you a little bit.
Sure.
There was an addendum put out for the bid. We had to go to the airport to see if we were gonna be charged with moving all of the debris and the trucks that they had out there. Well, the airport advised us that we should remove the debris, they'll handle the trucks. So he put in a bid for without removing debris and with removing
Okay,
debris.
thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Benoit. May I have a motion to refer the bids to our staff and attorney for review so they can bring a
So
recommendation back?
moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Are there any questions or comments? If not, roll call. Madam Secretary?
Thank you, Madam President. Commissioner Reeves?
Yes.
Commissioner Flanoy?
Yes.
Commissioner Joyner?
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Item number 10, receive and open request for proposals, RFP, to provide tax deed acquisition services. Is there anyone present that wants to submit a proposal? With there being no response, may I have a motion to close to receive proposals?
So moved, Madam President.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Any questions or comments? If not, roll call, Madam Secretary.
Thank you, Madam President. Commissioner Reeves?
Yes.
Commissioner Flanoy?
Yes.
Commissioner Joyner?
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Motion's carried.
How many did we receive?
Madam President, we received one.
Okay.
In light of that, can I make a request that we put this back out to bid in hopes of soliciting more responses?
It's a pleasure of the board.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second, that the proposals be, that we do another process. May I have a roll call, please?
Yes, thank you, Madam President. Commissioner Reeves?
Yes.
Commissioner Flanoy?
Yes.
Commissioner Joyner?
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson? Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Motion's carried.
I got a question.
Sure.
Is that a standard procedure when you only get one bid? you go back?
Yeah, so this is for property acquisition, and given that a lot of this is associated with the Hardest Hit Fund program, we were hoping to get several firms working in concert, just given the volume. So if this would be beyond the scope of one firm. So in the interest of that, I was hoping to get more than one
So
firm.
you're saying it's too much work for one?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should have stated that before.
Okay.
Okay. All right, thank you. Item number 11.
Excuse me. Hey, we're trying to have a meeting up here. Excuse me.
Ms. Nowacki? We're conducting a meeting. If you had to have a conversation, then you need to step outside.
I apologize.
Thank you. Item number 11, resolution number 3766, a resolution of the City of Gary Redevelopment Commission authorizing the execution of a professional services contract with Semi-Fluker to provide professional services to the City of Gary Redevelopment Commission for Board of Services.
We do a motion for deferment? We did a motion to put it back out.
Yeah, we're good.
3766?
Yes.
Oh, this is a
Overview.
professional service contract with one of our Gary for Jobs graduates to assist with that.
May I have a motion from the board?
I'll make that motion. Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Are there any questions or comments? If not, roll call, Madam Secretary.
Thank you, Madam President. Commissioner Reeves?
Yes.
Commissioner Flanoy?
Yes.
Commissioner Joyner?
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes. Item number 12, resolution number 3767, a resolution of the City of Gary Redevelopment Commission authorizing and approving the update of policies and procedures for the year 2017 for the City of Gary Redevelopment Commission. May I have an overview, please?
Sure. This is an update to our policy and procedures manual over the course of the last year. It's been amended to include the following. We included internal controls as one of our policies to be in uniformity with other local government agencies. We have a policy for grant drawdowns that stems from State Board of Accounts recommendation from 2013 related to a grant. We've added policies for our side lot program, and 2 disposition policies in association with new opportunity area program. We adopted policies for sod improvement rebate program, and we adopted policies for facilitation of third-party transactions.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Are there any questions or comments?
I have a comment.
Yes.
I applaud these policies and procedures and the additions. I know they've been in effect for a couple of years. It's a,
Okay, and this is part of the mandate from the state to have these done, so. Okay. May I have a roll call, please?
Thank you, Madam President. Commissioner Reed?
yes.
Commissioner Flanoy?
Yes.
Commissioner Joyner?
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Thank you. Item number 13, approval of resolution number 3768, a resolution of the City of Gary Redevelopment Commission authorizing an easement agreement with the K Devils for the Gary Union Station. May I have an overview, please?
Sure. We have guests from the Decay Devils who are recent recipients for a Legacy Foundation grant, and they're requesting access to Gary Union Station to help fix it up in association with that grant. We have Terrell from Decay Devils who you want to share some information about your project.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Tyrell Anderson, U.S. Steelworker, Gary native, KW President. We have a project for Union Station, which will not just be a board-up project or a beautification project. Legacy took a chance on us, and what we would like to do is implement some things that we've seen throughout our travels, not just here in the States, but also abroad. And we want to bring back some of that knowledge and implement it to our beacon, kind of what kind of started the city, not just U.S. Steel, but Union Station got a lot of people here, you know, a lot of workers here. So our project will actually effectively board up Union Station. We don't want anyone to go inside the facility, get injured. If anyone does get injured, that's a liability of the city. So that's the first and foremost thing we want to do, is provide a safe, secure location that keeps people out of the building. The second stage of it will be upkeep of the grounds. So we will actually kind of renovate the grounds, pathway, murals, things of that nature that would make the location not an eyesore, you know, actually to celebrate our history. Sometimes we get caught in the mind frame of tear it down, it's old. And every time we tear something down, we lose another piece of our history. So our whole purpose is to preserve what we have the best way we can in our city of Gary. Thank you. Any questions?
Any questions from the board?
What's
No, I'd
the,
like to commend him for the work that
what's the estimated grant or cost?
The grant is for $22,000. A nice chunk of that portion will go to the actual securing of the building, and the rest of the funds will go towards the murals. We want to put murals on the lower windows. So you kind of get caught up in just put a board on it and leave it, and hopefully no one goes in there. From our travels, we've learned that the better upkeep that's in the area, the less it is to vandalism and other things of that nature. When people get that sense of pride back for their community, you tend to see less, you know, damage and destruction going on to certain things. So we want to start at, you know, this location and expand. You know, that's our goal. Start, show some great work, prove what we can do, and expand. It's been going across. You know, we travel to the East Coast. We see it all over the place. We travel down to the Georgias. We just came back from Italy. We see it. You know, it's just a perception. And the biggest push for us is if you take a step back and look at a place like Rome, where everything's been abandoned for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years.
Mhm.
It's a heavily populated touristic area.
Mhm.
And everyone goes just to see those old relics.
Yeah.
The architecture is amazing. We have the same architecture here that is not duplicated in Portage or Maryville or anything else.
Mhm.
why tear it down?
Thank you very much for the initiative.
I asked one question. What was the liability? Was the insurance? I heard part of it, but I didn't hear all of it. The insurance piece, as far as going on and off the property.
There's, I would have to defer to Attorney King, who drew up the easement agreement, but
Okay.
there's a hold harmless provision in
Okay,
there too.
that's what I want to know. All right. Okay, I'm good.
Joe, maybe as, might be something you want to put on your agenda in terms of looking at, is there a step 2, phase 2 that we can find a way to interact? to take it to the
Sure,
next-
so we've actually discussed that with Mr. Anderson about maybe helping them with the phase 2 on the strength of how phase 1 goes. So yeah, we're in conversations and they have other proposals that I'm reviewing right now.
Thank you.
And I'd also be remiss if I missed the opportunity. Yesterday, the Knight Foundation announced 3 finalists for a $250,000 grant, one of which is done through our Vistas, who actually led that grant program for United Methodist to preserve it, kind of in the same vein of what Mr. Anderson just described, looking at feasibility of securing what's salvageable, removing any debris and contaminate, stabilizing it, and turning it into essentially like an abbey. And again, another way to preserve our history as opposed to tearing it down.
Okay. Thank you. Any other comments from board members? If not, may I have a roll call, please?
Did we get a second?
Yeah, thought we did get a
Yeah,
second.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Eric and Mr. Yeah. Commissioner Reeves?
Yes.
Commissioner Flanoy?
Yes.
Commissioner Joyner?
Yes,
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item number 14, request to advertise for invitation to bid for demolition services located at 2139 East Fifth Avenue, the former Calumet Township building. Even an overview, please.
Sure, we're just requesting to advertise for the former Calumet Township building. I think Attorney Allen can speak to, Attorney Winfrey, pardon me, can speak to an interlocal agreement that we're working on with the trustee's office.
There's an interlocal agreement that has been drafted and that's being reviewed by the trustee's office at this time for the city and their office to work together as well with redevelopment to have that property demolished as it is an eyesore in the downtown area.
Okay. Thank you. What's the board's pleasure?
motion to approve.
Second.
So moving properly second. Are there any questions or comments? Not roll call, Madam Secretary.
Thank you, Madam President. Commissioner Reeves?
Yes.
Commissioner Flanoy?
Yes.
Commissioner Joyner?
Yes,
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, item number. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Just a second. Okay, may I have, we're at item number 15, public comments on agenda items only. Is there anyone who wants to make a comment?
Oh, surprisingly, I do.
Why? Ms. Nowacki?
Yeah, surprisingly. First of all, I do want to say that the Redevelopment Commission has been around since 1957, which is almost 60 years. And in those 60 years, the city's gone from about 200,000 people down to about 70,000 people. You've created no jobs. You've brought no development. What you've done is you've brought a blight upon this city. Now, if I didn't say that,
Watch your
Ms.
voice.
Nowacki, Ms.
If I
Nowacki, Ms. Nowacki, no one
it's
is
the Holy
screaming.
Spirit, it's the Holy Spirit, I tell
And
you.
don't use God's name in vain.
It's the
But
Holy
anyway,
Spirit.
but you're not gonna scream
If I
and you
didn't
will
say
not
it,
scream
if I
and
didn't
yell in
s-
here today.
If I didn't say it, the rocks would cry out.
And you're gonna get put out. How about that?
As Jesus said in Matthew, Oh, you pit of vipers. What you've done to this city. What you've done to this city. What you've done to this city. Over and over and over again. With every action you take, with every building you destroy, with every property you take off the tax rolls, with every phony deal you conjure up, with everything that Mr. Bowditch brings to this table, time and time and time again. I apologize if I've raised my voice. I want to apologize because I know there's some sensitive people in the room who don't raise their voices. But I feel that when something has to be said, someone has to say it. And when I hear the members of this commission talk about what a good job you're doing, and then I walk these streets from one end of the city to the other, and I see the results of what you've done. Once again, I would have to quote Jesus in Matthew, "Oh, you pit of vipers." If I didn't say it, the rocks would cry out, "Oh, you pit of vipers." Thank you.
Item number 16, report from Joseph Van Dyke, our director.
I don't have a report, but I just wanted to thank Attorney Winfrey for being here in Gilbert's stead. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Item number 17, report from our Commissioner Attorney Gilbert King Jr., who's not here today, but Attorney Winfrey is here in his place. You don't have anything like that today.
I do not.
Okay, thank you. Item number 18, Commissioner's comments. Commissioner Flanoy,
No comment.
Commissioner Reeves.
Our council's a lot better looking than our regular.
Tell Gilbert you said that.
I know.
Okay, anything else?
Oh,
Really?
Very inappropriate, thank you.
Yeah, okay.
It started before me.
Commissioner.
no. Oh, wait a minute. Should we go into 2017 being any different than we are 2016?
Oh, better. 20. Commissioner Joyner,
No.
Commissioner Johnson.
Talk about the Vipers.
No.
Talk about the Vipers.
Johnson? No.
Well,
I'd rather let the Lord do that.
as I indicated before, and Ms. Nowacki pointed out how long this commission has been in effect, what's urgent to me and very visible is what's happening right now. Ms. Nowacki, you've not brought a project to the table yet. Yet you own property downtown and done nothing with it, and you've added to the blight. And done nothing with nothing with it. So you're part of the problem as well. And you've offered no solution. What we're faced with is not an easy task. And a lot of the urban cities are having the same issues that we're having. A lot. Only we're reported a lot more probably than others. We've had a massive flight of all races. We've had job loss that's affected everybody. We're looking at about 70,000 people that live here that we think. It's not an easy task. Not an easy task at all. And trying to respond to abandoned properties, that costs a lot of money to tear down. We're responding to people who don't have jobs. And that cries pretty much every day. People that know that I'm on this board, when are you gonna tear this down? When are your jobs gonna come here? When? So what we're tasked with is not easy. And we're working with what we have, the best that we have. I don't think we were on video, but I want to thank the board for all the work that we do. It's a volunteer board. all the extra time that we put in. It's not just here. They're reading documents, there are other meetings that we have to attend, and it's a lot. And I appreciate your dedication and your vigilance about being here to do this work in the city, to try to get it on track. It's a lot to be done. So going forward, 2017, thank you to members for keeping me in place as your president. It's not an easy task. Sometimes it's more work than I intended for it to be many years ago, but I'm still up to the task, and thank you. School board representatives' comments.
Thank you, Madam President, and once again, I do apologize for being late today. I have a couple of questions, but I would really like to wait until because I did miss the executive session today. And I would just like to present those questions in a different venue.
You're more than happy to. Item number 20. Any agenda items for the next board meeting?
We have nothing confirmed, Madam President.
Item number 21. May I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Second.
Still moving properly second. Now roll call.
Thank you, Madam President. Commissioner Reed?
Yes?
Commissioner Sonoy?
Yes?
Commissioner Joyner?
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Jones?
Yes.
Motion carries.
The January 18th, 2017 meeting is now adjourned.